Personal. All right, let's do it. It's your boy Trey. Let's just talk poetry with care. Again, this is a group that we just love to express poetry about. Oftentimes we write poetry and share it, but we may also do listening parties here or just, a call that pertains to lyrics that is poetry. So let's break it down. But I did write a poem today. So as Kay stated, y'all get a little treat tonight.
Hmm. Trey original.
Amen. What you said?
This is Trey original.
Trey original. Let's go. All right. It's called Flow with Time. Flow with time. Let time take time. It's divine, a gift. It's not yours. It's not mine. So flow with time. Kind of like my rhymes. I can say.
Break that down for us, Trey.
What you say?
Break it down for us, Trey.
That's messed up.
I'm using your phrases.
Right? You literally, yo. That's actually kind of that's kind of crazy. Like you remembering a whole bunch of my phrases. Okay,
I remember a lot of things.
that's crazy. Like you actually pay attention to detail.
I do pay attention to detail, but break it down, man.
All right.
Don't deflect.
Ah, I'm not deflecting. All right, man. Yo. All right. You've been hanging around me too much. All right. All right. Flow of time. For me, and I'll actually pull it up so that I have it. But flow of time. Typically when I write a poem, I don't like to like write and then erase. So once it leaves my hand, once it's pen to paper or once it's fingers to phone, I don't backspace. Like I'm like, nope. Once I have, and then I just proceed forth from there. Um, and so when I wrote the title "Flow with Time," I'm pretty sure what I was thinking about or feeling at the time was definitely just a level of like letting letting things be. You know, that kind of like that saying where it's like, um, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think I think one of the biggest stressors, one of the biggest, how can I put it? One of the biggest stressors or one of the biggest anxiety factors in most humans' lives are them trying to constantly bend things to work the way they want it to and in their favor. Which is why something I would say, Kay, something like, um, which is why faith, which is why trusting in the Lord, right? Which is why the Bible, which is why reading the Word, which is why the Christian faith, I think, is so peaceful because it's literally giving everything to the one we call Lord.
Right.
You know, Christ is giving it over to Him, trusting in Him, putting your trust in someone else. And I think like oftentimes we try to bend, we try to doing everything we can to make things happen when in fact the reason why something isn't flowing is because we're trying to force it to flow.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So that title "Flow with Time," I think came from that frustration. It's like, man, just give it up. Just throw in the tile. Just stop.
Yeah.
Just let it be. It's like flow with time. And then I like break it down with let time take time. You know, like stop trying to rush time. Right? I think one of the foolish things about rushing time is that we all know that we're gonna die. If you rush time, if you think about it, if you're actually rushing, then you're actually kind of rushing towards your death.
Mhm.
If people were to see it that way, they'd probably slow down a lot more. You get what I'm saying? If you actually think about it in that way, it's like
Yeah.
one thing that's for sure going to happen is we're going to die, like all of us. So if you're rushing, if you're like trying to do everything, can you imagine that? If you're trying to, oh, why don't the day go any faster? Why don't this go any faster? You're literally actually rushing. You're speeding up. You're like, man, I'm trying to get to that day. Like if you think about yourself saying, I'm trying to get to that day faster. I'm trying to get to that to me dying faster. Why don't we just hurry up? It's like, oh yeah, let me slow down because
Yeah.
tonight could be it.
Well, I think a lot of times people, like we've talked about, like regret and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of times people, like with regret, is it's in regards to time, not having enough time or not, taking the time or all of that. Yeah. I mean, I do think sometimes people try to slow down time too. You can't do that either.
Right. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Letting time be time. That is a good phrase of just like time. You can't speed it up, you can't slow it down. It just is.
Yeah. Yeah. And you want to let it be because if I were to be honest with you, or I would say even maybe I'll ask this question to you. How would you feel if you went back 20 years from now? But everything was going to happen as is. You
Oh,
couldn't change anything. You're just going to replay everything.
I can't change anything.
Nope. You got to go back so
I
you're
wanna do it
literally,
again.
huh?
I don't want to do it again if I can. Uh-uh.
But see, you see what I'm saying? Look at the dread that just came over your face. So it's like,
Mhm.
y- not even going back, even if you go back and even though you had some really amazing and joyful moments.
I did have amazing, joyful moments, but there was also a lot of not amazing moments, and I do not want to relive those.
Yeah, yeah. And so you see what I'm saying? Some people wish they can go back and this and that, and but you don't know how things would have turned out, even if you did something differently.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, there is that, like when people say, "Would you go back
Yep.
like to change it?"
Yep.
Um, I basically say no because of like I like who I've become from it. Like my experiences would be different. Like my who I
You
am,
probably never met me.
I might not have. Yeah. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that could happen. So,
Mhm.
um, so yeah. But if you're saying like, directly go back, like like if you had asked it like in a sense of like, going back 20 years, for me that would be 13.
Mhm.
Um, that's so crazy.
Wow, that is crazy. Wow.
Um,
You're young. Just 13. Like you're freaking baby. Like 20 years ago? 20 years
yeah,
ago isn't that long.
no, 20 years ago isn't that long, but it
You'd be
also
13.
I would be 13. I guess I would be
Okay,
like
you're a freaking baby. What the
entering
heck?
grade. Oh my gosh, I would have my dad as a teacher again. That's crazy.
Wait, you never told me you had your dad as a teacher?
Good, yeah. I think I did. Maybe
I thought
not.
you told me your dad was was a math teacher. You
Oh yeah.
had him as a teacher.
Yeah, he was my teacher.
Yo, I, I don't know if I should feel sad for you, if I should feel like happy. I don't know what how did you feel? You didn't tell me that.
Wait, this is about poetry, so this this doesn't pertain to
No,
poetry.
I didn't know that. Your dad?
Yeah.
How is that even legal?
Well, I mean, it was a small school, so we only had one math teacher
Oh my
for,
goodness.
like for eighth grade. So
So you had to do, yeah.
either I don't learn math
Math.
or I have my dad.
Dang, he could have taught you at home or something. Dang, that's crazy.
I mean, he could have, but like it was his job to do it at the school.
It's
So
a job. Yeah, no, no, I get you. I get you. I get you. No, you're right. You're right. I just couldn't do that.
No, I mean I called him dad at school. Like he allowed me to do that.
Yo, you called him dad in class?
Hmm.
Oh, how weird was that to the other students?
It's pretty normal. There was other kids that had
Their parents are teachers?
Mhm.
Wow,
They
you had
all
a
knew
really
he was they all knew he was my dad, so it wasn't like weird. Tried to get me in trouble once and give me a detention once in his class for candy he gave me. I'm still upset about this.
wait. What? Here you go, baby. Go to the detention, right? He's like, what? Like what?
Because he had given everybody candy, like a sucker, right?
Yeah.
And so like one of the rules in his class, and I think in a lot of classrooms that you couldn't have gum,
Mm,
you know? Um, and so like the sucker fell off the stick, right? So it was just
mm,
basically like hard candy in my mouth.
yeah.
Looked like I was chewing gum, but I wasn't. It was his
Mm.
sucker. And the sucker he had given me. So he was like, Kara, you have detention for gum. And I was like, I I snapped right back at him. Now, if he hadn't been my dad, I don't know if I would have snapped back as I did. But I was so upset. I was like, no, I don't, because I don't have gum. This is the sucker you gave me.
You snapped back at him like that?
Yeah. And then he apologized, and I didn't have detention. But
Everybody saw that. Everybody witnessed this.
Mhm.
Oh, if I could go back in time, I would probably want to see that. I ain't gonna lie. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. How did everybody react to, like how did he react to that?
He apologized. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I did give everybody suckers, whatever."
And it had gum in it.
No, it didn't have gum in it. It was just a sucker. It was just a sucker. Like it was like one of them dumb pops, but like it had come off the stick. Like so like
Mm.
when you have a sucker, like
Gotcha,
you're
gotcha.
eating a sucker because they're taking it out of their mouth with a stick. But
Gotcha.
but it fell off the stick.
So he thought you had gum because
So
of
he
you
thought I
just.
had gum because I was just yeah.
That's hilarious.
I got mad. And I said, "No, I don't have detention."
That is
Because
hilarious.
I'm not eating gum. I would have taken the detention if I had been eating gum, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get detention for doing something I didn't do wrong.
Dang, that's hilarious. Wow. 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 No, I got you. I got you. Wow.
But yeah,
Th-
it was actually funny. People look back at me. Like when he said, basically, like when he said I had detention, they like look back. They're like, ooh. Because
Mhm.
also, because like I don't get detention. I didn't get detention. So, like, so they kind of were looking. And then I was like, nah. And they looked back up at him and then he apologized because he was wrong. And that's what you should do. If you're wrong, you should
That's
apologize.
true. That's true.
But he did the right thing and he was a good dad for it. And a good
Wow.
teacher for it because like some teachers could have been mad if he
Yeah.
just like I guess basically called them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he
Absolutely.
would have done that for any student.
Yeah.
Like if they had said, but this is the sucker you gave me. Like I'm not eating gum. Like he would have done that for anybody. They would have I tried to be respectful, but I think I did call like
Yeah. You definitely. Yeah. You.
I think
Yeah.
I yelled.
Yeah. You
I was
amped.
upset.
Yeah. Yeah. She said, "No, I don't."
I said, uh-uh.
Dang. No, I love that. I love that. Um.
But yeah, but that I would have been 13. But I guess going back to the
Hmm.
question, whatever, like if you had asked it like, I can't change anything, so
Yeah.
no. If you had asked it in a way that said like, like go back 20 years and the same things won't happen to you,
But you
like
don't know what you don't know what would.
I don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what will happen, but I guess it's a different question because it's like there's a whole new possibilities. But but my question would then be, do you know what had happened? Like if I'm going back, like do you know what had happened in the past? Like, like if I have and this is why I answer people like if like for the regrets question is if I
Mhm.
had the knowledge that I have now of what had happened to me in the past and the things that I knew like to change me to who I am now, and I
Yeah.
went back 20 years and I could change something with the knowledge I have, I
Hmm.
would. But
I understand that. Yeah.
if you don't have like if it's like a blank slate, you don't know, like you don't have the same memories, you don't have nothing, like then no, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. Um,
I don't know if this yeah, I feel like we got off poetry, but
no, it's dealing with time. It's dealing with time because I'm about to break down the rest. Like,
yeah, break it down. Keep
but
breaking it.
I get what you're saying. You ever seen the movie Click?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Adam Sandler, like it's the same concept. It's like, he couldn't go back and change anything. He just kind of remembered,
Mhm.
and but he could also see the future, so that also was a thing, and that kind of made him kind of go. He didn't really want to. You know, he went back to his present. Because he was just like, man, yeah, like that's scary. I don't want to go back and I don't want to like essentially like deal with this or deal with that and then realizing all the things that are going to happen that are coming up. Like you said, if you could go back and still remember everything that's going to happen, it's sad because you're going to remember when that person that you love died. It's coming. It's coming, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Your cats,
Yeah,
or
my
who.
cat,
It's
my grandma,
like,
all
yeah,
those
like all these people,
can't
it's
stop
coming.
it.
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Now,
That's
now, you, now
old age.
you exactly. You're
Oh my
living with
God.
that.
Oh, I would have to relive that. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's just like
Yeah.
some things you couldn't even stop.
Yeah. No, true. That's true.
Yeah. So
That
it's
is time. Let time be time.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Let time take time, right? Like it's like let it take its time because you don't know it. So certain decisions and choices you made could have stopped you from at 23, 24, 25. Because you went here, a near death experiences you've had. Man, you probably would have did something differently, or like you got to relive all those. So it's just like you know, let time take time. It's divine is the next line, and that means it's godly. It's from God. It's God given. you know there's a Christian rap song that says God can come in. Um, I think there's a Christian rap song that says you think you're cool, or like you say you got time, and then the rapper goes, "You fool, God can come and take your time." Like he gave it, but he can also take it and like what I'm saying, get it back. So again, looking at time as divine, it's given, it's God given, it's given from the one above. And then the next line is it's a gift. It's divine, a gift. It's not yours. It's not mine. No one can claim it. No one can take control of it. No one can say, I gave this to you. I did this. I can give, like not even the richest person. If anything, all the more the richest person. Because whatever you got was ultimately not from your own hands or strength. Um, so it's that same concept. It's not yours, it's not mine. And then I go, so flow with time. So the best thing to do, given everything we just talked about, the best thing to do is just flow. Like let it flow. Kick your feet up. It's like being in a water, in water. Kick your foot up, kick your feet up, and try to flow with time. Like let it flow. Flow. Lean on your back and flow. Because essentially that's all you can do. Because no matter what, whether you try to fight time or not, it's gonna still tick. Whether you live or die, time will go on. Whether you live or die, the earth will still spin. Whether you live or die, you know what I'm saying? Whether your mom lives or die, whether your dad lives or whether your siblings live or die, whether like anyone that died, anybody that has experienced anything, any life changing event, life still happens. that's the part about time in life where it's just like the reverence is there in terms of how God has said it. Someone dies, something happens to you, a little girl gets raped, a little boy gets raped. Time still moves.
No, that's true. A lot
I,
of times when, sorry.
no, I'm just saying I don't mean to be morbid, but yeah,
No, but a lot of times, like when, like, I've thought about that. Like, when things have happened, like,
yeah,
with people around me that have died, like that are close to me that have died, or like when somebody, like a family member of mine has somebody close to them die. It's like, and I don't know that person. Like for me, like, I send my condolences and stuff, but for me, like, it's like time moves on because it's like, I mean, time moves on for everybody, but it's like, I still go about my day basically normal because it didn't affect me as much as it affected somebody, the other person, not to say that you don't care or not to say that any of that, but it's like time still passes, time still moves on, time still goes. You still have to do XYZ. There's still only 24 hours in a day. So, like, yeah. Sometimes you wish like time would stop in those moments because that's how it feels for you. In times it's like it's like time has stopped, like almost, but then it keeps going.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's and like you said, it's not that no one cares. It's not that like that's the reverence in the way God has made things. That's the reverence in God. Like man can think he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants and all these different things, but it's like at the end of the day, you can't escape time. You know, like Jesus, I think said to the Pharisees, he said, "How are you going to escape death?" Like it's kind of like giving them that, all right. But look at us now talking about like they're gone, or like all these people are gone. All these people before us are gone, and they were once talking about us, future. They were once talking about the past. Like, and then one day someone will talk about us, but also we will be forgotten. Like our great 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 great, great like they're gonna be on, and so it's but the beautiful part about it, this is not to be morbid or not to say that we don't matter, because the beautiful part about it is there is one who will not forget about us and who will always love us, the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the dope part. Like it's like still thinking about all that. It's like he still is in the picture with much love and grace. So it's like again, it's going back to time. It's divine. It's a gift. It's not yours. It's not mine. So flow with time. Um, and then I kind of put a little dazzle at the end, kind of like my rhymes. You caught that?
Yeah.
Kind of like my rhymes. But it's just that realization that um, time is divine. It's something that can't be manipulated or played with. It is what it is. And that's kind of the vibe for this poem. So there you have it.
I like it.
Yep, that was it. That was it.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot I wrote that actually.
Very original, guys. I like
Yep.
it.
It's not often, but yeah, when they come, they hit hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Heard it here. You heard it here.
Yep. When it comes, it definitely
We
like
share.
what you say?
It doesn't always share.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you do that. But yeah, it's there we go. I had to switch it. All right, there. Say it again.
Huh?
What you say?
I was like, what happened? You just like left and then came back.
Recording in progress. I had switched it over. I'm sorry, because
I
yeah,
thought I thought that something was gonna happen. I was nervous. I was like, I'm leaving y'all alone again.
right. It's
I might have to pause the recording.
Nah, you're all good. Can you hear me, by the way? Okay. All right, cool, cool, cool. Let me make sure that the speakers.
I have to figure out that microphone that I got.
Yeah, because you could possibly use it for this.
I could possibly use it for
Mhm.
this.
And it looks wireless, right?
Is wireless, yeah.
Man, you got it. Come on now. Yeah, you got to use that. Don't forget to make some of them hearts imperfect.
I, they just come out how they come out.
Yeah. You better start biting on them, start chewing on them.
I don't. You know what? Kate bit one though.
Yo, is that the one that you sold to E?
No,
Oh, I was about to record this and send it to her. Now I'm laughing.
no, no. I would not send that. No, because like she bit off like a whole corner.
Dang.
Like it was like one whole piece was missing.
Yo.
That
Hey,
was
Kay would have bought it. Kay would have bought it.
Kate. Kate joined in. Uh, put her little artistic flair on
Let's go.
it.
You would have bought it. You would have bought it. I'm just saying.
Okay. I would rather give her the other ones that I have deemed
I
imperfect.
feel you. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. But no, that was good. So you haven't wrote any poems?
No, not new, not any new ones.
Not any new ones? Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so then let's do it. Let's vibe it out with some music.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Listen to other poetry.
Oh yeah, actually, let's do some more poetry. Yeah, you know what? Hit me with another little vibe.
I kind of want to like, you know what I think of like in poetry,
Mm-hmm.
like, with your vibe with time.
Yeah.
I kind of think about, well, like the Psalms are definitely poems, but then even like Ecclesiastes,
Oh man.
that's like a poem as
Oh
well.
man. Yeah.
Everything there's a season.
Yeah.
Um, well, I mean, actually, somebody turned it into a song. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There's
Mm.
a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under
Mm.
heaven. That was a song that we
Come
sang.
on now. Come on.
Together.
Thank you for that. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, Ecclesiastes, like that
Yeah.
is like a poem almost.
Oh, that's good. That's actually good. I'm actually glad you brought that up. Yeah, Ecclesiastes is, to be honest, that's actually the perfect one of the most perfect poems because again, it talks about time and the brevity, the vanity of life. You
Mhm.
know, actually a very dark,
That's like,
seemingly dark book.
yeah, but it's also like it's a wisdom book.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a book of warning too. Like it
Oh,
kind of warns you.
mhm. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Yeah, come on with it. And then I'm gonna try to fish for some poems too.
Mhm.
But you already know who I'm gonna go to if I fish.
Charles Bukowski.
You already know.
I like Emily Dickinson.
You know what, Emily Dickinson, I haven't heard too many of hers, but Emily Dickinson is one that we used to read in college a lot.
She has some good ones.
Ooh, okay. I got a video I'd love to share.
Okay,
Yeah, but we could do it after after you read.
find. Um,
Oh, I haven't seen these in so long, man. Yeah, we definitely gotta watch this. You remember Crash Course?
Crash Course. No,
No. Crash Course would be what you would watch right before a test. Are you kidding me?
no, we didn't do that.
Oh my goodness, Kay. High school history class, Crash Course. Ah, I'm gonna put you on.
Cool.
I got you.
Yeah, I guess this is yeah.
Hmm.
Um, what is interesting, like like the very first chapter, it starts with
Hmm. Says
everything. This is the
everything.
first chapter of Ecclesiastes. It says everything
Okay.
completely meaningless. What do people get for all their hard work under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth never changes. The sun rises and the sun sets, then hurries around to rise again. The wind blows south and then turns north. Around and around it goes, blowing in circles. Rivers run into the sea, but the sea is never full.
Mm,
Then the water returns again to the rivers and flows out again to the sea. Everything is wearisome beyond description. No matter how much we see, we are never satisfied. No
mm,
matter how much we hear, we are not content. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before, and nothing under the sun is truly new. Sometimes people say, here is something new, but actually it is old. Nothing is ever truly new. We don't remember what happened in the past, and in future generations, no one will remember what we are doing now.
sounds dark. Sounds.
It does, but it's also like very true.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like a Charles Bukowski type.
And that's why I actually like him. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. And if you read the last verse of the book, Ecclesiastes, it sums up the whole, essentially, like the whole reason for him saying all this is like,
Mm.
you know, essentially like the only thing that matters is obeying the Lord.
Yeah. Oh, here, this is the one that I was looking at. A time for everything.
Hmm.
Ecclesiastes 3. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a
Mm-hmm.
time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like the duality, you know?
Hmm.
There is a purpose for everything as well. Like, whereas it started out with everything is meaningless, but there also is a reason for everything. It kind
Hmm.
of too. Like, I
Yeah.
think like the duality of nature, the duality of our thoughts too, sometimes, because it's like it seems like everything is meaningless at times, but then there's a purpose for everything as well.
Hmm. Well, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, the best poem, the poem that is untouched, unmatched, Bible poetry.
Mhm.
Psalms, Psalms is poetry. Like
Mhm.
songs are songs, like it's just
Yeah.
it's amazing. What he's left us with here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
and that in poetry form, essentially showing the significance of poetry, you know? But poetry written by God himself. Come on now. Come on now. Thank you. Thank you for actually bringing that out. That's actually one of the best, no, the best book you could have ever brought out. So I appreciate that. That's like the first time we actually read poetry, aka scripture.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. Now we gotta do crash course. We gotta do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't believe you never seen this. Oh my goodness, Kay. I will be subscribing to them.
Wait, you need to, well, maybe not. Do you need to
Since it'll be more kind of like a
do a reaction?
yeah, a more accurate reaction. So I think we're good.
Hi, I'm John Green. This is Crash Course.
Yeah.
Literature, and today we're going to talk about this lady, Emily Dickinson. By the way, we don't have a book today because she's on my Nook. Emily Dickinson was a great 19th century
I grew up
American
with this
poet.
guy.
Mr. Green, I already know everything
Yeah.
about her. She was a recluse, and you can
Yes.
sing all of her poems to the tune of "I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke."
Love
Like,
Crash Course,
because
man.
I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Stop me from the past. You cannot sing. Fortunately, your inability to sing does insulate us from copyright claims, because I, for one, did not recognize that as "If I Could Buy the World a Coke." Also, Dickinson's meter is more complicated than you're making it out to be, but yes, you could sing most of her poems to "If I Could Buy the World a Coke." Also, "Yellow Rose of Texas." More importantly, these poems have a lot to say about the relationship between death and life, between faith and doubt, between the power of God and the power of
Why does he
individuals.
remind me of
Let's focus
Jeremiah?
on that, because it actually might change your life and stuff.
No, you got. I know you see it. I know you see it. Come on now. Hey, shout out to Jeremiah. That could be his brother. I'm not lying. Do you not see that?
It's the glasses. I don't know.
Yo, I cannot believe this. Oh, this was 12 years ago. Oh man, my heart. Ah, like when I tell you this is what we grew up on, I can't believe I ran into Crash Course, man. Ah,
We
okay.
didn't do this in-
What do you say?
So we didn't do this in school. We just read the poems and then we talked about them in class.
Which is dope too. But Crash Course, you'll see. You'll see. Yeah.
So Joyce Carol Oates once called Emily Dickinson the most paradoxical of poets, the very poet of paradox. And this can really frustrate students and literary critics alike, particularly when Dickinson seems to contradict herself within a single poem. Take, for example, this bit of light verse. "Faith is a fine invention when gentlemen can see, but microscopes are prudent in an emergency." So this seems like a pretty pro-science, anti-religion poem, right? I mean, faith is put in quotation marks and called an invention. But she also implies the possibility of a different and valuable kind of sight only available to some people at some times, when gentlemen can see. And this is where it becomes important to look at how Dickinson, for lack of a better phrase, sees sight. Dickinson often imagines seeing as a form of power, so much so that seeing, not just literal sight, but also the ability to witness and observe and understand, becomes the central expression of the self. Like her famous poem that begins, "I heard a fly buzz when I died," ends with the line, "I could not see to see," associating the lack of sight with death itself. Dickinson also often played with the fact that this eye and this eye sound the same. Her poem beginning, "Before I got my eye put out," is about death, for instance, not just monocularization. In that poem, she clearly associates sight not just with the power to observe, but with ownership. She writes, "But were it told to me today that I might have the sky for mine, I tell you that my heart would split for size of me. The meadows, mine. The mountains, mine." Of course, in 19th century America, the idea that an eye, possibly a female eye, could own the mountains, the meadows, and the sky was a little bit radical. I mean, all that stuff was supposed to be under the control of God, not any human being who could see it. All of this is made even more complex and interesting by the fact that Dickinson's poems sounded like hymns, and throughout her life, you could see her faith waxing and waning in her poetry. In short, I don't think you can make easy conclusions about microscopes and faith in Dickinson's poetry, but that's precisely what's so important about it. Dickinson's work reflects a conflicted American worldview. I mean, we're a nation of exceptional individuals who believe that we control our success and our happiness, but we are also more likely to profess a belief in an omnipotent God than people in any other industrialized nation. All right, I know you guys want all the creepy, macabre details of Dickinson's biography, so let's go to the thought.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
That's
Emily
actually
Dickinson
that's an
was born
interesting
in
perspective.
1830 to a prominent family. Her father became a U.S. congressman and lived her whole life in Massachusetts. She was haunted by what she called the menace of death throughout her life, although then again, who isn't? Between 1858 and 1865, Dickinson wrote nearly 800 poems. But she also became increasingly confined to her home in those years, and eventually rarely left her room. She usually talked to visitors from the other side of a closed door, and didn't even leave her room when her father's funeral took place downstairs. Dickinson published fewer than a dozen poems in her lifetime. In fact, no one knew that she'd been nearly so prolific until her sister discovered more than 1,800 poems after Emily's death in
Wait,
1886.
what?
Dickinson was considered an eccentric in Amherst and known locally for only wearing white when she was spotted outside the home. In fact, her only surviving article of clothing is a white cotton dress. This image of a pale wraith clad all in white has become a symbol of the reclusive, brilliant poet. But it's worth noting that for Dickinson, white was not the color of innocence or purity or ghosts. It was the color of passion and intensity. "Dare you see a soul at the white heat? Then crouch within the door," she once wrote. She called red, the color most associated with passion, fire's common tint. For Dickinson, the real, true, rich life of a soul, even if it was physically sheltered, burned white hot. Thanks, Thought Bubble. Oh, it's time for the open letter? An open letter to the color white. But first,
Literally
let's see what's in your
Blue's
secret
Clues.
compartment today.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, he stole that from Blue's
Mr.
Clues.
Stan, more flagrant pandering to the Whovians. Dear White, you're a complicated and symbolic. Ah, Dalek! They're not very bright. So, White, you're often associated with purity, like wedding dresses. You can symbolize heaven or the creepy infinite nowhere where certain parts of Harry Potter and all of Crash Course Humanities take place. But many 19th century writers inverted those associations, like Melville's famous Great White Wall of Whale, the terrifying blankness of nature. And to Dickinson, White, you were the color of passion and intensity. This reminds us that our symbolic relationships aren't fixed. We're creating them as we go communally. I mean, other than Daleks, which are universally terrifying no matter what color they come in. Best wishes, John Green. Okay, let's take a close look at a poem we've already mentioned, sometimes called Poem 465 and sometimes known by its first line, "I heard a fly buzz when I died." Speaking of which, here in the studio, we've had a genuine plague of flies in the last few weeks. I mean, in the lights up there are thousands of fly carcasses. Okay, let's put aside the fly carcasses and read a poem together about flies. I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and breaths were gathering firm for the last onset, when the king be witnessed in the room. I willed my keepsakes, signed away what portions of me be assignable, and then it was, there interposed a fly, with blue, uncertain, stumbling buzz between the light and me, and then the windows failed, and then I could not see to see. Okay, first let's talk about the dashes. Some critics think that Dickinson's use of dashes as punctuation is just eccentric.
That's very interesting. Dashes in a
They point out
poem?
that Dickinson also used similar dashes, for instance, in her
I've
Cave.
never seen that.
Dashes in a poem?
Yeah, dashes and even like dots. Like I don't even see that in poems often.
I've seen those.
Really? Wow, no, I've never like they can be common. Or have you seen you've seen those commonly used?
I don't know if it's common, I guess, but
Mm, but you have seen them. Wow. I don't know why I've never seen them.
I guess I was thinking about like what he said about the colors, and just like symbols in general.
Mm,
You know, we are the ones that have like associated or put symbols on things.
yeah,
So like, we associate colors with emotion. Like you're green with envy, or red is anger and passion and different things like that.
yeah.
But like, just like to hear what she depicts like white meaning, which I guess I can
Mm,
see, like she was talking about, white being passion for her,
yeah.
where she was like red is the common
Mm-hmm.
color of fire or something like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this is true. Like, like actually like the orange and the red is actually the least, like it's still hot. The fire
Yeah.
is still hot, but like it's the least hot of like
Yeah.
flames. Like a blue flame is a lot more hot than a red flame.
Wow.
The white, like I think if it's like white, it's very, very hot.
Really?
Mhm.
There's a such thing as a white flame?
I think so.
Oh
Like,
my goodness.
I mean, I just know like the Bunsen burners and stuff, like when they like it would be blue and green. Like
Mm,
that was like the hottest, like, you know.
wow. Yeah, that's
Okay.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's freaking creepy. Yeah. I can't really be around open flames or I get lightheaded.
Oh yeah.
I get lightheaded. Like I'd be about to pass out. Just because I don't know why I don't know what it is with me and fire, but like I can't if I see it in person, I get like really I don't know if maybe I get afraid. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I just like I get lightheaded.
No
Mhm.
candles,
Huh?
candles for you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I like candles, but yeah, sometimes I try to go blow them out, and I can never like blow them out completely because I get too afraid to get like up close. So I'm like trying to blow them. Like,
Huh. Did you have a bad experience with a fire at some point?
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I don't know. To be honest, I think I remember something very terrifying, and that was when we went. I think we went to like a fire station or something, and we
Mm.
like viewed a fire station. It was like a field trip. Part of the field trip was like they had a room, a theater room, where the room had a really big screen, I think, or like I think it was almost like actually a room that had a screen that surrounded the entire room. Like all the walls were a part of the screen. And I
Oh.
think they played on there somebody leave putting a cigarette in the trash can and then leaving it in there, and then the entire room ended up being engulfed. And that was like an experimental thing that they did with us. And I think that kind of scarred me.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Kill a fire, but it was like an on-screen fire, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay.
Dang, that's crazy that you actually brought that up because I'm just now like thinking, I'm like, oh wow, that may be it, you know?
Oh, just curious.
Yeah, you just kind of exposed my doggone childhood. That's messed up.
What what I do.
I see. Don't be
What
doing that. You know I don't let nobody in.
what I will do.
No, that's what you do. You do that now. Man. I forget that you're not even in like the depths of your profession yet.
Oh no.
That's crazy. Oh man. Wow. Your clients are in for a rude awakening. All right, we can end it here though, because I know we have the five before. I haven't had that gap at all.
I know you've got a full Friday now. You
I
got
know,
great. I
because
love it.
I would have kept going, but yeah, like
And
I
you're
just
busy
saw.
now.
What you
So
say?
you have sports now with E. That's great. I love it. Full
And
Friday.
she's consistent. She's like she wants to be in it. So it's like I know, I know. It's just
Like me.
what you say?
But she's like me in that. Like all the groups that I'm a moderator for, I'm there.
You want to be in? Yeah, no, that's so true. That's
So
so true.
so yeah, so we're gonna give her her time. I'll let you go.
No, I know. I just, to be honest, I got to make a call, and I can't. I was going to do it like after we got off this call, but then when I saw E, she just signed up. She didn't even sign up before, but she just signed up, and it popped up, and I was like, dang it, not
Yeah.
dang it, but like,
I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm used to going. Oh yeah, I got sports.
You have sports now.
I know. But this is dope. This is so dope. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so freaking much just for the time, just for allowing me to re-experience my passions. Like finding crash. You have no idea what this just did to me. I found Crash Course. You have no idea.
I don't, because
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't
have no idea.
mean anything to me, but I love that you love it.
Yo, okay. This is my childhood. This is my whole freaking childhood. So I appreciate you for even making that time and being willing to look at it too with me. Like this is all so meaningful to me. Talking about time, going this deep in terms of time.
Mhm.
I was talking about just the meaningness of it, and just how brief it is and it can be, but throwing faith in there with it. You read scripture today and stuff like that. That man, come on.
Faith is the essence of our being. So
Yes.
without
Yes.
it, we wouldn't have anything. Like why? Without it, life truly is meaningless. Without faith, life truly is meaningless. So
And that's it. And that's it. It's like, though we have these groups and we have these discussions, hopefully we can shed hope in someone's life by telling them about Christ
mm,
in the mix of it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate this. I truly do. I truly do. But let
well,
me make what you say?
have fun with E, and
I know. I'll hit
I'll,
you back though. I'll hit you back.
yeah, we'll let her know too that you might be on a call, so she's not waiting.
I will. Damn, that's messed up. No, I will. Look, don't be doing that.
No, just like she's like me. She wants the communication, so let her know.
Y'all the same, man. Y'all the same people. I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna get a message
We're
from
not the
Eve.
same, but we're similar. We have
Y'all
some.
similar, y'all similar. Yeah. Look, Kay going, oh, I'm unique. Here you go, Kay. All right, Kay.
I'm not
You
totally.
special, Kay. You special.
Shut up, Trey. I hang up on you.
All right, I appreciate you.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
You special.
Shut up. Get out of here.
All right, y'all. Next time. Peace.